It's beautiful transition.
I mean, like, right now there's questions as to why I have a wand. There's really going to be a lot of questions raised to what I do in my spare time. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on what these guys do in their spare time. Sweat and toil, Jess. These guys are working their asses off. Both of them keeping 2 accounts in the top 100. PuppyPaw, of course, keeping David Kim and PuppyPaw farmed up there at the top. Wham! I believe he has the Lexus, I believe it is, or something along those lines, as well as his Wham account. And both of them have 2 accounts in the top 20 right now. These guys are big grinders, and it is paying off. And I just want to applaud it. Like, these guys came from nothing in terms of esports. Like, they were playing StarCraft, but they weren't making money. And now look at them. Breaking bank off the back of wagering their career on Age of Empires 4. It shows that hard work pays off.
Yeah, I love to see them like climbing the ladder now. Like Wham and PuppyPaw have been such like main names like in the game that at least I've been seeing even on Twitch or even on TV. Well, the internet is my TV. But anyways, so it's like if you take even from like February now, like they've climbed so much higher. It's just like they've changed the meta in their own ways. It's been fun to watch them, and like it's been fun to get to know them. Like now everyone knows that they're related, that they're brothers, and like actually getting to know the story behind these 2 guys has been like really great.
Yeah, it's the beautiful thing about this like long-term growth that we're seeing. Like, it's the fact that we're able to offer up these regular opportunities is allowing these players to actually start to stake their career on it, to build something. You know, and this is the big difference. Like, no disrespect to what came before, like $25,000, $100,000. Like, these are amazing tournaments we saw, but they got announced like very close to the dates. There wasn't this opportunity for someone to say there's a longevity to this that can sustain me as I improve. The difference now is after Golden League, we're straight away like, yup, here comes Wololo. And in the process of Wololo, here comes 4 months of Age of Empires 4, where you can earn a reasonable amount of money along the way, but also have a path of improvement in the build-up to the biggest LAN we are going to see in the Age of Empires games.
Yeah, I love it. And it's an open tournament. So like that's also great where you don't have all these, it's a short amount of time where you have like a ton of qualifiers, but you have the months to spend and the months to watch people change and grow, and maybe some new names. Like we could not know, like there could be some new player that we have never heard of show up next week, or I guess in 2 weeks.
And that's exciting details, like new players out of nowhere in conjunction with players maybe coming across from different games. Like I was so refreshed by the start of this game. When it first came out, seeing a bunch of StarCraft names, bunch of names from AoE 2. We even had an Overwatch Pro, for God's sake. An Overwatch Pro came and he's like, I'm gonna have a career here. And Rip to Nevix, like, hope he's doing well. Bit heartbroken that he's maybe like hung up his AoE 4 shoes, but it just shows you how many people we can actually appeal to when we get the stage. Because this is a remarkable game, and oh god, is this what?
Oh god, yeah. It looks like he's got 6 bills coming up for. Oh, dropped it down.
Oh my god, PuppyPaw is the HRE killer. This Civ has the best, like, the HRE has the best win percentage of any Civ on this map with a lot of games played. Not by the end of this day, it won't. And the villager pool.
Oh, is it going to go up? No, it's completely stopped.
So Wham's got the prelate here as well, so
yeah.
he's trading reasonably well against these villagers. There's an equal count. He's going to pull back, though. Instead, he's going to garrison. Look, he's baiting him towards us as bad. He needs to get off the auto aggro. Can you still tuck?
Like slowly getting them tucked over into the corner.
I think like this works if Wham had pulled the villagers off the gold and then kept the others out with their shivs on. Like that's maybe better here. Yeah. Instead, the Barbican's going up and Wham is moving away. And he only just made his way up the feudal. Look at his gold.
Oh, empty bit of gold.
Did PuppyPaw get the textiles early, by the way? That seemed like a pretty good trade.
Yeah. I don't know, did he?
We can check PuppyPaw's villagers. Yeah. I'm curious now because I felt like they were trading really well. No, so no textiles. It is pretty pricey. I'm not too surprised by that. So it's just really good micro out of PuppyPaw. I think he was auto aggroing a lot of attention on his scouts instead of his villagers. Now, not the end of the world straight away for Wham because this generation has got a backup gold, but it's ahead of your base, and I'm pretty sure PuppyPaw is heading towards it now.
Yeah, that's like literally in direct line of PuppyPaw. It's just like not a strategy that you want to do, and then he's gonna have to go all the way, maybe sneak down to another gold mine.
Was he? I imagine he was too busy playing his games to watch the core games. That might, like, maybe that's not fresh on his mind right now. I also think that this gold at the front of your base is a bait in that regard because it looks fairly accessible. But you can see the villagers from PuppyPaw now moving to block it out on the radar. Like, this is where you just can't get any resources in this area.
Yeah, he is trying to build the mining camp like a little bit towards the sides to stay out of the range.
So, okay, and this, I want people to try not to like grimace when I describe what you could do here. You could send villagers into mine and then like use the prolate and then keep pulling them back away and then the switching aggro. But like it's so micro intensive and the rate of gains is so slow, it might even just be better to gather a crap ton of wood and then trade for gold.
Oh, trade for gold.
But I think he's got a few people in there, right? Like I think he's got enough room for 2 or 3 max.
Yeah.
Concern is like if he pulls units away from those outposts that he built, like PuppyPaw might come back in and drop an outpost more aggressively. So he has to keep an eye on that. Greedy boy.
And they're going
this
for
is
berries?
awkward.
Oh,
wait,
gosh.
this is really awkward. PuppyPaw didn't get the guns, like he's not getting the gun slits first, he's getting the fortify. Instead he'll just have to garrison in and he's gonna have to run away. Like wham! Don't tell me he didn't get any sheep. It's Frisian marshes for God's sake, no way.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
What? Why? Was this because he wanted to block PuppyPaw maybe? It's the only reason I can think.
Maybe. I mean, maybe he's just trying to push out like farther. Yeah, I guess that's his most accessible deer. So maybe he just decided to do that. At least get him off quickly while he still had the power to do so and secure that food because, you know, HRE, if they run out of the food and their gold, which is already limited to him, that's just going to hurt even more.
I guess maybe like the logic in Wham's mind is he wants to keep the sheeps for when he, like, so he wants to get the deer while he can. If he waits and gets sheep first and then goes out for deer, like PuppyPaw's going to have all the outposts upgraded. So it's much harder to breach. So at this early stage, like it might sacrifice a little bit, but he'll at least get the initial resources. However, it's not going to be that easy to get them. PuppyPaw, Wham sees him. He's going to run away, dude, this crafty little devil.
There's the sneaking. There's the sneaking. Oh, he's going back to his home base.
Speaking of home base of PuppyPaw,
Yeah.
that is a second TC you just saw, folks. So he's going to start to boom up. And Wham is kind of hard stuck now. He's not making his way up anytime soon.
Yeah, he's pretty pushed back. Like his gold is just trickling in at this point. And it doesn't seem like he's tried to secure any other areas out on the map.
No, the annoying part for Wham about what PuppyPaw has done, like, this is so kind of dumb how you can do this to people, but like, he's forced him to go into Horseman to try and raid this field, but like, what are you raiding? PuppyPaw pulled a few villages and built static defenses around your base, and everything else is condensed, and Horseman can't dive double TC. It's very frustrating to play against this with this strategy in mind. But Wham has to do something because he knows his eco time has been slowed and he's up against the Chinese. So if he just says, oh, well, bygones be bygones, bro. Haha, good one. Guess I'll just tech up as well. He'll do so from a position of weakness. He won't be able to match PuppyPaw.
Yeah, which is why it looks like he's getting them off gold at this point. Which is good for him, but also like for PuppyPaw, he's got a forward gold, but it's not as forward as Wham. So if worst comes to worst, he could push out there, just build a tower and kind of camp out for them for the time being. And he has access to this gold.
Yeah, it's even more tilting than that, though, because when you play against the Chinese, they don't need to go out to a gold vein. They can just tax their people. I don't know how that works, by the way. Like, please, you've taxed us for like the last 10 minutes. We have no more gold. I don't believe that for a second. All right, open your mouth. I bet you got a gold filling in there.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Those Imperial officials can be kind of ruthless. They're all seeing eyes.
I call them the book cookers. Explain to me how they just watch a building and it has 20% more resources coming out of it. Like, there's some fudged numbers going on there. I would love to have them as accountants.
Wizardry. Actually, they're magic.
I think some people like I remember one person tried to call it alchemy, and I went really nerdy. I was like, that technically is not what alchemy is. Alchemy is equivalent exchange. Get it right. Ooh.
Looks like we got a Regnant's Cathedral coming out.
So this is intriguing. Is it because he doesn't think he can block PuppyPaw? Actually, no, it's much simpler than that. It's not that he doesn't think he can block PuppyPaw if he bulks troops. It's that he can't afford to. Look at his resource income.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't. Oh, look. He's ready to go. His prelate's ready. He's probably going to die before that happens.
If he dies to a scout, I would just, like, GG and go for a game. Like, I wouldn't even want to continue. He'll be fine. And he'll want to move this back to base eventually. Wait, is he... Okay, so he's getting the Gary inside.
Yeah.
Force the scout away. Is he planning... Is he going to pass it off to another prelate? Is that what's going to happen?
Maybe.
Because he's got two prelates. I think he originally wanted to pull it out with the other prelate, but he accidentally garrisoned both of them.
Now he's got 3 prelates over there.
Like, yay, look at us. We're doing a great job. Dude, WAM has 4 prelates. We're 11 minutes into the game. He has 4 prelates with Arkin Chapel. It's been a while since I've seen this because, like, everybody is just a greedy son of a gun now. If they have an Arkin, they have, like, maybe 2 prelates max.
Right. I don't know if he's going to put... It looks like he'd probably push for the other relics. But it's guarded by 1 horseman.
And PuppyPaw, I think he's building up static defenses now. Like, he'll probably move out and look to outpost them up. Actually, WAM. Is he yoinking the fish away? Wait, he's building a wood line right next to PuppyPaw's base. Or is this for the outpost block?
Oh,
what?
What's a wood line?
Yeah.
Did he do that on purpose?
Well, he has no reason to do this right now. Because, like, his Arkin Chapel is still influencing his back corner wood.
Oh, I heard a Wololo.
So many pings because of the wolves. Looks like he's going to be able to yoink this relic away, so PuppyPaw will still keep poking his stick into him. That should kill off 1 prelate. Because it looks like WAM is actually pushing his first knights into the base of PuppyPaw. Keep in mind, because like you have gone for the Imperial in the Imperial Academy, you've gone for the 2nd TC as well. Your eco count is accelerating a lot quicker than most civs, so there will be a lot of exposed eco in the coming minutes that knights can exploit.
Right. Yeah, once the horses... Oh, look, it looks like he's building a proxy base at the back.
That's why I was wondering, like, if he's trying to get the wood there as a backup. But usually when you do these moves, you place, like, whatever your intent is originally, like an outpost or maybe a Brax first, not a lumber camp. A lumber camp is a new direction to take.
Yeah. But it looks like PuppyPaw's going to try to wall that off. I don't know if he's scouted it already or if he's just preemptively trying to keep his base secure.
A right in hit.
Oh,
wow.
Yep.
Look, yoink a few on the front line, and
looks like he's
that
gonna
does
lose
look
all
like
of them.
no textiles to me.
Weak kills.
That is a sin, sir. That is a sin right now. This might be the time to get it, but so many villagers going down. It's going to be blocked on the outpost here.
Will they make it?
No. Sorry, spoiler alert. They're going to die. It's going to be a grim death.
Dead.
I think he's going to leave the outpost here, though, to keep an opening, but it can be torched down. It will take 50% increased damage.
Yeah, a little bit of raiding going up in the Northwood line.
Now, this isn't bad for WAM, but he's not really building his own eco up. You could maybe think about going for like a TC on the back of this, but I think it's just going to be comfortable with the fact that he got both of his relics for the Regnants, which means that he's got an extra 15 villages technically in his economy.
Yeah, which isn't that significant at this point.
I think his goal is just to reach Imperial here. You can see the resources are being saved because each of these knights is trading out really well. PuppyPaw was very delayed in getting to the Spearman. He did lose a lot of eco and a lot of idle time in the process.
Yeah, but his villager lead is now, he's got 65 kills versus 30.
It's deceptive though, because WAM still has like maybe 15 of his villages underneath Arkin. He's got 2 relics which are worth 15 villages effective because he gets 600 gold per minute. And so the way you do the maths, like an average villager should be gathering about 40 resources per minute. So he's got about 15 additional there. So like overall, he's not that far behind, and he's about to attempt probably an Imperial Age rush, which allows him to get the village printer, and that'll allow him to gap close on the Chinese.
Yes, which I think will be a really fun counter to watch because both of them have the ability to pump out vills like very, very quickly, especially now that PuppyPaw already has like his 2nd TC. He kind of has an established like secure economy behind his little palisade wall. So it'll just be kind of like a battle of the how many vills can we make.
Yeah, the Chinese with the Yellow Turban Rebellion. I'm not really sure what the HRE equivocal would be in that situation historically, but the peasant revolts of 1782. Someone is now genuinely going to go and Google if that's a real thing.
I would probably Google it. I would be that person.
This is the
Very
problem.
gullible.
Google makes it too easy these days. No, it's not about believing me, Jess. It's about proving I'm wrong.
I would be, oh, I believe that, even though it's not true. Like totally off the wall. Looks like.
I should just make up some really bad historical facts now. I've ruined it now that I've said I'll do it. I'll just mix in lies with truths. Man at arms,
Just
the
do it
proxy
in
base.
like 2 weeks.
Okay, I'll keep that delay in mind. Right now, this delayed attack from Wham, it might catch PuppyPaw off guard. He doesn't have a counter right now. He hasn't been building crossbowmen. He's only been building spears. And it's actually quite dumb. Like, it's so easy for PuppyPaw to miss. He burnt down the proxy base, but Wham built a second one further back behind the Stealth Forest.
Yeah, this time with multiple barracks. So he's going to be starting to send out a lot of men-at-arms. And like while like they're killing this Pearl at the spears, they're just not going to be able to cross the map and have as much breadth that maybe like some Cav would, or like he's kind of just holed up in his corner. So it looks like he is coming down for PuppyPaw.
Yeah, he's running out of food, and he doesn't want to make a farm transition. So he's trying to secure the shoreline fish as well as the berries. Man-at-arms can somewhat block this out. They're going to move in. And, folks, that is still no textiles. Still.
They're so weak. So
So
weak.
easy to kill. It's a bad fight to try and be forced to take here. And you can see he's engaged with Man-at-arms. It looks like he's going to sneak it because Wham didn't notice. He didn't switch over. Second group coming in, but that's going to be too slow. So PuppyPaw will get the keep up. And that will give him control over a vast quantity of food that will be able to boost him for at least the next 5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And we can see PuppyPaw setting out some crossbowmen, so it's pretty good. He's probably will be able to build up a counter military rather quickly at this point now that he's secured food. Gonna feed his supply.
Keep in mind, like, Wham's recovery eco state was going to be Palace of Swabia quickly, but he sacrificed that to go for the Man-at-arms. So if you look at his resources, he's actually suffering immensely right now. Look at his food. He's got 42 food per minute. That's a grim outlook, folks. That's not even enough to keep up villager production long term. He needs to find food, and he needs to find it soon. And that's actually the brilliance of this Barbican. The reason he's trying to treb it down right now is, in this situation, usually what an HRE player will do is they'll say, okay, I'm just going to build farms, because farms are really good with Ark and Chapel, Holy Inspiration. Half of the area you build them in is now blocked by this Barbican.
Yeah. It's treble slowly take it down.
It's so slow. He will
It's
get
just
it.
a little bit.
But, like, the damage is kind of already done. Once again, look at his food. Not only is he still below 100 per minute, now he has no reserves.
And PuppyPaw is just like continuously pushing out military.
And now it's the farm transition, but PuppyPaw has switched the narrative a little here. He's starting to move out, and Wham, he tries to get himself a win condition, or at least a delay point. He is going to get 5 relics in this game, which is respectable, but make no mistake, folks, he's still behind. Like, he's got a lot of gold, but he has no way, rather, of quickly reaching Imperial in this game.
Yeah, and I don't see a market anywhere either on the map for him to trade with.
No, well, they're in the corners, but, like, good luck reaching them. It's such a long route, such a lot of open ground. What he really just needs to do is get his own marketplace down and be trading gold and food right now. Like, this is way too much gapping in your eco. It's slowing down your military production. It's slowing down your villager production. GG's going to get called. Wow. I mean, things were grim. I can't blame him for this. It wasn't the epic big clash people were looking for between the Canadian bros. It's just a battle of attrition in Game 1 and Game 2. Let's see what they can deliver when we hop into the third.
Yeah, I was like really expecting some like significant action, at least from that, like especially from 2 economies that have the ability to boom. But they just harassed each other so well and denied so many of the resources that they had. So it was kind of just like a slowly one-upping of the other one.